Gotta tell you, not better. The shambling mangrove can constrict us, which is very dangerous, of course. Especially since it can prevent us from going upstairs that we very much need to make our way through. So I don't love spending even a single turn inside of them. It's what makes it potentially ineffective to use a blink scroll to get over to the hatch and just try and get out of there. Unfortunately, not as much as an option as I otherwise might like. Alternatively, could go for another immediate teleport read. I mean, everyone's closing the gaps around us. What a shaft this has been. Alternatively, who can see invisible? Not you. Not you. Not you either. You can. And you can, I believe. Yes, brigands can see invisible innately. Okay. So going invisible is kind of helpful. Could chug our 1 potion of invisibility. Then potentially go for a blink over. I don't know if this buddy will grasping roots us. Can't hit what you can't see. That whole dealio. Let's do it. I'm going to turn invisible. I was wrong, by the way. Even though I was actually pretty sure that that was the case and was just being a little bit glib with it. What god abilities? So we have the ability to channel magic, which if we did want to stay and fight here would be strictly necessary, essentially. Divine exegesis, though, is interesting. We can cast any spell, even the ones in our memorization list here. So we could go for like a firestorm. I mean, one thing that's actually kind of nice is we could do a statue form and just get a bit more defense under our name here. Alternatively, Fear Scroll isn't going to work against too many of these buddies. We have a lot of high willpower opponents. Might still work. Bunyip, Mangrove, Spring Rider, Hunter. That's who we'd want to run away. Unfortunately, it'd be a bit of a waste of a turn if it didn't turn out well. I think I'm going to read a teleport scroll. I'm going to chug a health potion. Then I'm going to try and step with the constriction. Oh, I almost wished you had pulled me, sir. Oh, that would have been so nice. Would have been lovely. They did it. Oh no. My teleport's about to pop. There's a stairway right there, but we might get constricted again. How risky am I feeling today? Because 26 damage is all you can do. Oh, you will pull us back from the stairs if we try and step on it too. That was an... Do you know what? Let's not play with fire too much. I'm gonna let the teleport pop off. Didn't end up being worth it. I'm dumb and wrong, of course. So whoops. But we can at least most likely take out these two. We can stand on top of the stairs, so if things start really inundating us, we can get out of here. I'm also going to channel magic, even though it's not strictly necessary. Redeem the hydrate is perfect timing on that, Kelly. I think I need to stop putting my mind into overdrive panic mode and just take a sit back. Take a seat back, rather. Lean away. Take a sip of the drink. Relax. And think about things for a moment here. Our plans for the future and whatnot. We're at least not out of the running. Things have recovered a decent amount from where we just were a moment ago. Can use Magma Bolt on this alligator. And just pop our way through. Eight-headed Hydra. Might hurt, but should be able to bolt you. And we are indeed. It's mostly those shambling mangroves that truly scare me, because that's where we're going to get constricted and not be able to escape whatsoever. So, in that train of thought, I guess, let's start heading away from where those buddies were hanging out. Bunch of briar patches. What do you hit us for again? 3d18 on Volley of Thorns. 23 and 27, so 50 for your melee hits. You have 97 health. Too much, friend. You are susceptible to fire? So here goes. Send some bolts of magma at this son of a gun. Just about making our way into lethal hit range on our side of things, so that's not fantastic. And of course, just when we're starting to feel good about ourselves again, the shambling mangrove comes popping out around the corner. Well, in that case, I'm gonna break line of sight with you. Hello, my Spriggan friend. You weren't supposed to be here either. I'm instead gonna read a teleport scroll, see where that takes us. It does bring us somewhere slightly further away, which we then ruin by walking towards the other shambling mangrove. How does one play with this tile set slash UI? So yeah, heads up, if you haven't played the game before, or if you've only downloaded the console, you can either download the tiles directly, which will just give you an executable file. Executable, probably, right? For playing the tile version like this. Alternatively, you can also just install the DCSS installer, which I think will give you both the console and the tiles version, and you just have to pick which one you want to play when you start up. Or you can also play with tiles online on the web servers. If you're asking specifically about the UI setup on the right here, then you need to play offline. So I'm not playing on the web servers, and I instead downloaded the game from the website. And that's what gives us this nice overall, easy, at a glance look into our inventory. And this is actually pretty nice for new players who don't have a great understanding of all the various hotkeys in the game, because you have all these function buttons. They can definitely at least get you thinking in the right direction, knowing some of your options before you learn, you know, what O, Z, D, all that stuff. So it's not playable directly from browser with this UI? I don't believe so, no. It does just have the monster list here, I believe, and the spectator chat on the bottom. So that would be, I guess, what your question was more in regards to. So yes, the offline version is the way to do it. So we keep hopping around here. I mean, this is slightly better. How close am I to this stairwell? Is there any way through this gosh darn forest? Not too far from this stairwell, and we've drawn a lot of attention down this way. The only issue is the Spriggan is going to be super fast. The Hydra is going to be fast when they go through water. You can do a lot with the RC file, but nothing to replicate the offline software. Yeah, that's at least how I understood it as well. That it's not possible. Here's what we're going to do. Start channeling magic. Take a couple steps back. Oof. Already upset with everything in life, but bolt of magma down at these two sons of guns. And screw it, I'm trying to be slightly quiet, but fireball, it's gonna have to be you. Let's put down some unavoidable damage. I just need to kill these two as soon as we possibly can. In fact, I'm already kind of risking it by just how long we've been hanging out here. But let's go for the blast. Does kill the Hydra, does kill the Spriggan. And now, Harpoon Worm has pulled us up into a potentially slightly better position. I mean, 26 damage off of you. 27 plus spear off of you. I mean, basic math says that we might just die, of course, but alternatively, Fear Scroll almost definitely works on the Swamp Worm. Would hopefully send them off into the teleport trap as well. Maybe works on the Spriggan if we're lucky as well. Let's do it. Fierce roll, the Spriggan Rider resists with some effort. The Swamp Worm does immediately run into the teleport trap. Ooh, I don't like you seeing us. Spriggan Druid. Awakened Forest would be very bad for us right now. So I'm gonna spend a turn or two walking out of sight range. A pair of distressingly furry boots, I'm guessing, are in this little vault section that we're probably not going to be entering anytime soon. But still, maybe for the future. It's interesting at least. Ooh, and maybe we should have fireballed for some unavoidable damage. that didn't go great. Well. We're at least in a slightly safer place. I also didn't realize this druid was behind this translucent door, so I don't think they could have or would have awoken the forest, and so we kind of wasted some turns there. Kind of silliness on our part, but that's fine. These things happen. And let us last you, I guess. There goes all of our tree cover. I'm going to channel magic one more time. We're pretty much in lethal range now. Let's think about this. You're probably sitting at like 30 to 40 health, somewhere in that range, so we can't one-shot you with a fireball unless we're very lucky. I think it's still sitting at 3d13 for overall damage there. And we're pretty... If we roll badly on AC, I think we could die in one hit technically, though it'd be very unlucky. So, in that respect, let's drink a heal wounds potion. Better safe than sorry. I really don't want to lose a run in an extremely unfortunate, completely avoidable way. Fenstrider walking up as well as a bloated corpse. Bloated husk, sorry. My bad. We have to be careful because if we launch fire and burn down these trees, we release the contents of this vault, which is wild to me. That's crazy. I've never seen that before. Okay, let's think about this. Fenstrider. Hill Sludge is not going to be great. If they paralyze us too, we don't have good willpower. It's going to be absolutely disgusting. So, we could use a blink scroll with the hopes of potentially getting around the top here, making it to the stairs. How does that sound to me, brain? How does that sound to my own mind? I mean, you're fast, but hopefully you lose track of us. I think I am going to resort dip into the pocket for a blink scroll. We, of course, find a dead end. Huh. We could try and burn our way through it. Wouldn't that be wild? But instead, I think I'm just going to pop into the corner. Ah, they both followed and saw me. Cool. Well, that's fine. Oh no, what happened to Frank? Just got here and you can't lose too. He's so much to live for. Yeah, unfortunately, Frank had a very unfortunate end in Snake 3. I think it was something involving 3 guardian snakes just constantly in circle blinking us. And we were somehow off the stairs. I forget how we got into that situation. Or we were just constricted 5 times over. But anyway, horrible, traumatizing event. Unfortunately, at the very, very end of our night last time around. But no, he was doing well. Besides the fact that we might get paralyzed and then sludge will be hurled at us until we die. Besides that, we're in a pretty good spot, if I do say so myself. So I think we could try and kill the Fenstrider Witch before they get the chance to paralyze us. It's playing with the odds. It's not great. But it might be all we have, because otherwise it's just like teleport scroll. Hope it brings us somewhere better this time around, even though we've used a bunch of those. Or what else? I'm trying to think of how we could just deal enough damage. I mean, Phantom Mirror gives another target to keep them busy. It's interesting. But that's about all that I'd give it. I'm guessing you're resistant to poison. You are indeed, so no Curari from us. Shame, too bad. Shame. Well, I'm gonna fireball. Don't paralyze me. I'll say it again. Don't paralyze me, please. Fenstrider down. Husk should be able to take it out before it explodes in our face, just barely. Perfect. Calculated. Absolutely brilliant. There we go. Not quite at a loss yet. It might be coming, don't get me wrong. We're not at the be-all end-all yet. We're not out of the thick of it, as it were. Also, it's so tempting to just try and ninja these boots out of there. Just burn some trees down, in and out. Nobody has to know. In general, it'd be nice to burn our way through the forest here. So, here's what I'm gonna do. Stand back. Try not to burn our way into the vault, because that'd actually be kind of bad. But we are going to forge our own path here, as it were. Ooh, Shambling Mangrove. Okay. This time around, I think we're going to go for it. Slightly better position overall here. We should be able to take you out. Just a few hits. Also one more check. You're not susceptible to fire. That's a shame, too bad. But a few more fireballs should do the trick regardless here. That would be nice if they did at least. And we feel a bit more experienced. Just as the second Shambling Mangrove comes out of the woodwork. And this time with a bunyip in close pursuit. Just a quick 10-second adventure. We'll be home for Christmas, boys. In and out. That was the plan. Still might go through with it at some point here, but... oh my lord. Let's channel magic again. I think we just have to start blasting. The bunyip is going to hear this. Guaranteed. But hey. Such is life. This is just the way of it. Keep channeling magic here. Try and blast these hornets as they get summoned out. And... can't shoot past you two, hey? I really want to shoot out all the way. What's the range on this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So unfortunately, even a blind shot of Bolt of Magma isn't going to hit our Constrictor friend. Let's spend a turn walking down, because I do want him walking into my sight here. Get rid of that mangrove as soon as we possibly can. Oh dear lord. Oh, we're no longer channeling magic. Okay, let's reinitiate that. Burn up a decent amount of piety here, but it is far and away worth it. So we bring all heck down on our heads, hey? Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe another teleport was the way to go. Or even just exploring the rest of this area. For all I know, there's a stairwell right down here, and I just look like an idiot. Even getting to this stairwell might have been slightly more feasible and appropriate. So let's go for one more teleport mix here. We did get paralyzed, but fortunately got teleported out before taking too much damage. Now it's tempting, instead of healing, to just run for it. Most of the stuff has been distracted up into this top left corner, so I'm hoping we can squeak on through. Sneak on by, as it were. You son of a gun. Should have known. I should have known. In that case, I'm walking up to you. I'm lighting you on fire. As soon as there are two of you, screw it, I'm fireballing. I don't care about the noise. Oh me, oh my. Another Shambling Mangrove. Oh, there are 3 of you just chilling around the level, hey? That's fun. That's very cool. We've just been in recovery mode this whole time. Yes, fireballs have made all the noise. No, definitely lost any chances of sneaking on nice and quiet like. Oh me, oh my. Let's go for one quick peek down this corner. Nope. So I'm gonna go for the absolute nuts of a teleport. A bog body still sees us. Sir, where did you come from? Again, I keep getting surprised by new enemies popping out of the blue here that we didn't think we were having to deal with. Slowed down. Bolt of Cold also hurt really bad. I'm moving too quickly here. So I'm probably going to blink out of here just to save us from this. We should have, as soon as we saw the bog body, potentially switched over to our Ring of Ice or something like that. What's our spell power and fireball? Look, you approve casting the only 3rd level spell you'll ever need, but let's take a quick peek at that. It's not great. It's getting up there, but not great. Yeah, 30%, so still pretty low on the spell power totem pole there. Also, do I think there are more enemies up here? I guess there's not a lot of choice in the matter, hey? I'm blinking. Stairs. Step. Do I heal up before going upstairs? I probably should, but I'll feel like an idiot if it's safe up there. Huh. I probably have to play it safe, unfortunately. As much as I want to just risk it all here, go for the fun, risky play. I'm gonna play it slightly safe. At least one healing potion. Okay, I'm glad I did, because the swamp worm technically could have one-shot us with a bad roll on our part. And we will blast you. Oh boy, okay, we finally recovered from our unfortunate shaft situation. Oh dear Lord, that floor was brutal. Only back in our own element here. We just were talking about how much noise Fireball makes, but undodgeable is huge. So we will use that real quick against a Spriggan, and then a Bunyip. We should be able to take. We've taken you before, I believe. Goliath Frog coming from above as well. Should be okay on top of that. Let's burn you, put you into some fog, get some extra help at the end there, just in case the fog didn't finish them off, which it did end up doing, but hey, better safe than sorry. And you alligator son of a gun. Should be okay against you. Let us potentially just waste one turn while we wait for a second target to come in range. We can be a little bit more efficient with our mana there. And in a similar fashion, in regards to mana efficiency, we definitely would rather use Sticky Flame on Alligator here. Not in a great spot anymore. In fact, kind of ran out of room to run. There we go. Come on. Come on, Sticky Flame. Do me a solid, Sticky Flame. I guess what I should have done here, I'm not really thinking this through, Curari. Curari or Poison Darts, but Curari would have slowed them down enough for us to really just ring around the rosy forever with Sticky Flames. I'm in too much of an excited space now after our unfortunate shafting and brutal floor that ensued afterwards. I forget that I'm in a safer spot now, and I should be cautious, careful, be smart about things. Would be nice. Oh, nope, not Fireball. I'm so glad the game doesn't let me do that to myself. Definitely meant to do Sticky Flame and almost lit ourselves on fire. Not great. Not my best move. And okie dokie. Just about done this floor, which means we will be going to the heck floor on purpose this time. So we have only ourselves to blame. But we should be okay, I believe. Shambling Mangrove to start off. Try and take on both of you at once here. No statue form yet, eh? We actually do, I believe, have statue form. We ended up buying a book for it. We haven't put the requisite training in, which is probably a little bit dumb. I got too excited for Ignition here. So yes, that is definitely on the menu here. It's on the agenda for sure. Transmutation slowly but surely training up. And I guess Earth Magic is at 7. That's probably not quite high enough for our statue form there. In fact, I don't think Transmutations is even going that high. Let's let that go a bit higher here. Bring it all the way up to not 100, but 10. Turn off Conjurations for a bit. That was a bit of a plan for the future, getting Iron Shot, LCS, and potentially Firestorm online. Let's take our fights one at a time. Focus on surviving a bit more in the near future, because we can see that we're in a little bit of a rough spot, all things considered. And we can see how that treats us, how that goes. At least this buddy can't dodge worth a dang. So we're able to easily use our bolt spell on them. Bunyip friend, hey? Do I want to make noise here? I mean, now we can kind of hop around a bit and stair dance. So we don't have to worry quite as much about noise as we just were. Plus the fact that it's undodgeable is pretty huge against the Bunyip here. Let's go for it. Get a little bit messy with it. 71% chance to dodge our bolt. In fact, it's also not too bad making a lot of noise with our spells, because I forgot in my head that the Bunyip can do its Screech of Terror that does a very similar thing on its own anyway, so it is what it is. Still going to the 4th floor and hold off on the 5th until you level a bit, or you think you're ready for it? So, am I ready for, in terms of swamps, like, Swamp 4 here. I potentially should level for a bit. Might take a peek down, see how it looks. If it's like the Hydra floor, we have a Phantom Mirror at our disposal, so we should be okay with that. As long as we're not shafted into a horrendous place, I feel alright about making our way down there safely. And at least taking a peek, checking it out. Testing the waters, as it were. Okay, my bog body pal, this time around, let's play it smart. Take off the AC for the Ring of Ice. No need to be a fool about things. And let's take another step closer before we flame ya to heck. Perfect. Hello, friend. You shouldn't even be here. Feel so sorry. I'm sorry. Had to be done. Okie dokie, not too bad. I think I will take off the Ring of Ice before I get myself killed in some stupid fashion for getting it against a fire-using enemy. Definitely done similar things in the past. Of course, as soon as we do that, we end up coming across another bog body, but hey, better safe than sorry here. We let the son of a gun walk up to us. Hello, how am I doing tonight? I am doing fantastic, Shaper. Glad to see you around as well here. Always lovely to see a familiar face. Hope your day is going fantastic. And more bunyip. Bunyip for everyone. Well, this time around we'll probably resort to our bolt, which I've now come to regret, seeing as how it missed a few times, so we maybe should have gone for the fireball play instead, but hey, it is what it is. We still have enough magic for a good old sticky flame. The most classic of maneuvers. Let's just light you on fire, and we should be getting pretty close to clearing out this floor. It had a lot of enemies when we got shafted down, but we've definitely been clearing the way, essentially one or two at a time. Worked out kind of nice. Let's get our mouse out of there and just keep lighting all of our enemies on fire. Perfect. Not too bad here. 8-headed Hydra. Very scary. Do I feel okay making noise now? I'm gonna regret it the moment I start to do so. Let's do it. I think we've cleared a decent majority of the floor. If not, there'll just be a few more moments of panic before the end, and we've been there before. We've dealt with that. We know what it's like. We've handled ourselves in much worse situations, at the very least. Absolutely blast the Shambling Mangrove, as long as it's one-on-one and I'm actually in full fighting shape. Not exactly an issue there. And this is a very interesting little vault. So this is a Gnoll? Adept Gnoll Fighter Vokawaru. 41 damage plus its Weapon of Flaming. What kind of Weapon of Flaming, sir? Guess I don't get to know. A ghoul is very scary though, so no, I don't think I'm going to try and get fancy with an early vault here, though this is one we might come back to, if just because artifact boots, pretty sweet, pretty sweet. And now's the time to take a peek down. Let's see what Swamp 4 has in store for us. We're not at the end of the world. Thorn Hunter, a little bit scary. Definitely had a rough time fighting against the one earlier, but is susceptible to fire. Just gonna make a whole lot of noise here. As much noise as we think necessary. And then I'm actually gonna take you upstairs. Yeah, that works out for me. In fact, how evasive are you? I guess more specifically, 71% chance to miss with our, or to hit rather, their bolt of magma. Okay, we'll go just full-fledged fireball route. Just absolutely blasted. Perfect. And then we can head to another stairwell. There was at least one more unexplored one immediately get pulled off by some hookworms. Whoops. Rip Bolton Magma. No, right? That's why we're trying our best to show off a little bit, get some time in before they have to leave us, unfortunately. But, oh dear gosh. I hate this. I really don't like this. I mean, at least if we have to resort to a Fear Scroll, it should work against the majority of these opponents. That's kind of nice. Maybe the Bunyip will resist, and I'll hate my life, but ideally not. That'd be sweet. This is where it would have been nice to potentially have IMB, which we actually are fully capable of casting. And so I should have just learned it probably as a bit of a panic button. It's just nice to give yourself that space every once in a while, but alternatively, we do have a Radiate. I think that I can get through, chunk through 80 health. If we take a look at a Radiate, it does deal 3d21, so ideally 2 casts. That's all it takes. It's of course a bit loud, but it's not very loud, so that's something. Let's let everyone step up. Of course, the Bunyip claws the ever-loving crap out of us. Okay, so Bunyip is slow to attack. Attacks extremely slowly. I think we can get off and irradiate. See how it does. Debate on a second one. And what, blink away, I guess, if we don't like what's going on? Not exactly a foolproof plan. I don't like how low we are right now. Let's do it. Irradiate, kill a Swampworm immediately. Doesn't do a great amount of damage to the Bunyip, which makes me worried for the next hit here. I think it would take 3 casts. I think we still need 2 to take you out. If that's, you know, guesstimating from the size of the bar, if that's down to 60 health, because that's technically in lethal range if we hit max. But embarrassing if we die like that, you know? And it's a weird time of night right now. I'd like it if this run continued at least for a wee bit here. So, what else do we do? Fear Scroll gives us the room necessary to probably make our way upstairs. You maybe resist it, and if you do, then we resort to a blink. Attacking extremely slowly. I should look up exactly what speed that means. It's one of those things that I've always had a bit of a figure in my head of, like, you know, every 2 or 3 turns. So it could be something like 2.5, 25 odds. Maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Anyway, spending a lot of time thinking about this. For good reason, don't get me wrong. I mean, what are the chances of us paralyzing you? Not great. Not good enough. And so, knowing that it might be the end if you do attack every second turn, then I feel like it would say you attack slowly, extremely slowly. It carries a certain connotation to it, you know? You would think, at least. Scroll of Fear. Bunyip does run. Get absolutely wrecked. Let's try and fireball it as it retreats. Almost kill it. Oh, jeez. Forgot about the harpoon worm. Definitely would have deserved just getting snagged off the stairs and pulled deep into the thick of it again. My bad, my bad. But here we go. Let's learn IMB before I forget. Mildly dangerous to cast. That should be fine at a 2% chance to fail. That's not too bad there. In fact, I think we will switch out. Oops. Our Iskandarans with Conjure Flame, making it a little bit easier for us to just quickly cast with our macros here, because it will be used fairly often. Of course. Why was there ever a doubt in my mind that the Swampworm would immediately pull us? But there we go. Against just the Bunyip, I feel much more comfortable with our odds here. Let's kill you, run away, rest up. Can even switch out our rings for ice resistance again. And there we go, slowly but surely, we're doing it. We'll make it there one of these days. Let's just try and kill the bog body, and then I was gonna run away. Let's take the bog body upstairs, of course, is what I meant by that. Slightly scary final floor here, but honestly nothing too horrendous yet. Even that Thorn Hunter should go down all right. Probably will switch over to our other downstairs now that we've pulled a lot of the enemies from that section up here. Leaves us in a slightly more manageable position on this side of things. And get rid of the harpoon as soon as possible. Please and thank you. Perfect. I think I don't mind if you come upstairs with me. Can irradiate you. Bring you down, light you on fire. It's a good mix all in all. Perfect. And again, making headway. Just slowly finagling our way in, pushing all these monsters out of the way one at a time. It's tempting to fireball and draw attention down here. Doesn't usually work out the way you want it to, though. Those like clever plays of making noise and trying to attract enemies down to a specific area generally blow up in your face, at least in my experience. Playing and watching some others play. Seems to be a bit of a common thread. Okay, Thorn Hunter, I think we can take you on, even slightly low on magic. Fortunately, susceptible to flame means absolute wonders for us. And indeed, we managed to do so, spending all of our magic in the process, but hey, that's all part of the way the world works. And onwards we go. So many gosh darn bunyips. Please stop. Please. Hopefully we're getting through the toughies on the floor, even though this is one of the potential reasoning as to why we maybe should have held off on completing the final section of the branch here until later on. Of course, if we're able to do it, it is a huge chunk of experience in its own right here. And so that, in many ways, is what's driving me to continue on, to push through the pain, no matter what happens. And in fact, if we take a look at our skills, Fire Magic up to 15 now, Transmutation slowly but surely on the rise as well. On the spell side of things, Ignition starting to come down, 56%. It's beginning. As soon as we're sub 50, it's going to be absolutely no time whatsoever before we're absolutely slapping that spell around. Ignition, exceptionally powerful, should even help us a whole lot in our attempts to make it through Snake, which gave us so much trouble on our first human elementalist. Fortunately, crowds slightly better countered with this character who's just happened to come across the right selection of spells. F? What about F, Safid? This F? No. I am stupid and I'm missing something, so I apologize. No, jokes are never quite as good when you have to explain them. But unfortunately... Oh, no, just lag? Oh, I see. I get it now. Hopefully not something persistent. At least, that would be nice. Starting to draw some more attention to ourselves, so I think I will begin walking my way down to a stairwell here. No reason risking more than we need to. Can light the son of a gun on fire and heal up to full instead of working at a disadvantage here. Much better.